Everything that rocks, Laser 103.3. No! We won't let you go. Sorry.
Go.
Can you hear? Oh, you got your headphones on. Okay. Erica Peck from We Will Rock You. It's at the Civic Center.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You getting tired of hearing this song?
Never. Like, really never. It's epic. And I always, like, play the scene from Wayne's World in my mind as it's happening.
Everybody does.
That's awesome.
Which is how I first learned the song, because I'm a bit younger, and so I didn't even know it was a real song. I just thought it was from the movie. And I remember my dad, writing that wrong quick. But.
Yeah, he looked at you, shook his head slowly, and went, really?
And the best part about this song in the show is that we actually just headbang in that moment, which is exactly what you want to do.
So We Will Rock You. This is all Queen songs. It's a play. Is it built around the Queen catalog in a way?
Well, yeah,
Some of the
absolutely.
big ones,
I mean,
anyway.
it's a lot of people think it's the story of Queen or the story of Freddie Mercury, and it isn't. But what we do is we embrace how theatrical and how risky and humorous the band was, and so it's an original story. It's a futuristic tale. Rock and roll has been banned, and two young misfit rebels go on a mission to find and save rock and roll.
Yeah, you can't stop rock and roll, man.
Can't keep it down.
That's got to have Flash Gordon in it then, right?
Yes.
Don't worry. We don't miss a single Queen Bee. Yeah, we include Flash.
Okay. I was going to say, get out of my town then.
Do you include Flash the song, or do you include Flash like there's a blonde guy in a red tank top who comes on and waves and gets off stage?
Just the good part, which would be the song.
Okay. Wait, you don't like that movie?
Well, I will admit I'm a little young for it.
Erica Peck, good seeing you. Thanks for coming in.
Get out.
It's like the best sci-fi. That's the biggest movie that
not.
needs to be remade. It's not the best, but it's the
No.
best one that
I was
needs
like,
to be
what?
remade. It's like it doesn't get the love that it should. Anyway.
But that guy still thinks he is that guy.
That's true.
Because he was in
shows
Ted.
up places. That's all he ever did.
That's all he's got to hang his hat on.
I know, it's sadness.
I mean, you would do the same thing.
Maybe.
Like that Huggies commercial you in when you
I
were
know, that
2?
was not, I still wear the
Still
diaper.
brings that up.
So good. They're comfortable.
Erica Peck plays Oz and We Will Rock You. So it's not about Freddie Mercury and the rise of the band. There's no buck-toothed bisexual guys swinging a microphone stand around.
Well,
Or
no.
is there?
We definitely pay tribute to Freddie and the band, and they're there with us in a way. But yeah, it's an original story, and that's really cool too because we get a chance. No one's going to be Freddie, and no one's going to be Brian May. But what we can do is absolutely pay tribute and I don't know, just give some credit to how great they were as performers. We have some killer singers. And it's nice, actually, to hear females singing the music as well, because it adds a whole new life to the songs.
Yeah. Do you, let's see, isn't Adam What's-His-Face touring with them now?
Adam Lambert, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you have any Queen knowledge about you? Like, if you did a trivia game, would you be able to... I'm not going to do it. I'm just curious.
Lord. I mean, yeah. Yes. I mean, I know them well enough. I could I could email Brian, on the fly. I mean, not to name drop, but it happened. It happened.
Yeah.
No, I mean, generally, definitely more so now that I've been a part of the show for so long. And we've gotten some amazing stories and background histories, the whole Queen family has been really involved. Freddie Mercury's sister came in and saw it, and Robert De Niro's a producer. So there's a whole world of Queen.
De Niro's a producer?
I know, right? It's so random.
That is random.
That's awesome, though.
Well, we all auditioned
Did he
for
sing?
him.
Have you met with him, and did he sing any
song?
song?
That's our job.
I will not
But
let you go.
We had to
I
act
will
for
not
him,
let
which
you go.
was, terrifying.
Scaramouche. Can you do the fandango?
Just like that. That's how we do in the show. That's funny.
Right, yeah. What b-sox?
Why is there a reason they chose Queen, or were there other bands in the mix? I don't know the beginning story of how this came.
Well,
together.
actually, Brian May and Roger Taylor, who are still the performing members of Queen, they actually approached Ben Elton, who isn't known here as much, but in Europe is a very, very famous. He wrote Mr. Bean. He wrote The Blackadder. He's very successful, and they approached him to write an original story. So
it was Queen that
it was Queen's idea. They were on board from the beginning.
I didn't know if it was the other way around, and it was like, oh, do you want to do Queen or do you want to do Journey?
Yeah, let's pick a band. No, not quite. But I would go see the Journey. Actually, I want to be in the Journey musical after this. That would be cool.
Oh, Journey musical.
No, there
That's
isn't,
a great idea.
But let's make it happen. It all began here in Des Moines.
This idea or product is the sole property of Moose Holdings Incorporated. Copyright 2014.
There we go.
Excellent.
We've taken the idea. It's ours.
Don't stop believing.
Erica Peck, who plays Oz in We Will Rock You, opens up tonight at the Civic Center, Amy.
You talk about being in musical theater. When did you start in musical theater?
Actually, my first job was We Will Rock You. When I was, I was 19 when I auditioned. I went to the open call, which is line up, like American Idol style. Not with as many people, but still. And I kept getting called back, and then one day I showed up, and Brian May was there, and they asked me if I'd like to play the lead, and so I did that in Toronto for 2.5 years.
Cool.
And it's basically the best start to a career that you can really have. And then we closed it after a very successful run, and a few years later, when they were doing the U.S. tour, we sort of played with the idea of doing a different character because it's something new in a show that is so familiar.
Sure.
So I'm having a blast. Now I get to play the like sexy rock and roll,
cool.
like bra wearing, blonde,
go on,
like babe
Keep
chick.
going.
And before I was sort of the fresher, younger,
the innocent,
more timid girl. And so it's nice to get to play something that's literally the complete opposite.
Were you a theater rat as a kid?
I was, to be honest, I was more of I was a classical singer. I trained as an opera singer, and but I was really into like punk rock music, like basement punk, and like the beginning of hardcore music, and so this is kind of like somewhere perfect in the middle for me. It works out great, and I get to keep my nose rings in, which is like my favorite part of doing this musical. You can't do that in Charlie Brown or Hairspray, you know?
No.
That's in every Neil Simon play. It says right after, take your nose rings out. Can you do any opera in Queen, like Queen in opera
Well,
style?
I mean, we do we do Bo Rap. We call it Bo Rap for short backstage.
That's the kids' version.
We do Bo Rap. I mean, there's so much more classical music in Queen than you really think, or you would hear immediately. And that's one of the greatest parts about it. We get to do rockabilly. We get to do some hard rock and roll stuff, and then we get to do like these beautiful acoustic numbers, like "You're My Best Friend."
And do you do Crazy Little Thing Called Love?
We absolutely do.
You know, the thing on that was... Do you know why they wrote that song?
No.
Because their critics dogged them for doing too big theatrical of music. They're like, we'll do this stupid little song that sounds like something Elvis would do.
Elvis, yeah. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we'll look for the We Will Rock You tonight at Civic Center, and it's got a, 1 week, 2 week run? How
1
long?
week.
1 week. It's a pleasure meeting you, Erica.
Thanks for having me.
And
Is there
all
a
the best.
matinee?
Yep, matinees on Saturdays and Sundays.
At 2.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Go see We Will Rock You. Should be entertaining.
I could just sit and listen to this all day.
You want to go watch a movie?
Yeah.
Want a viewing party? Erica, you in?
All right, let's
Flash?
do it.
I got a 19-inch black and white.
Perfect.
All right.
Can we do it in your
57.
garage so
Yes.
it's hot and kind of awkward?
I got some warm Ham's beer we can slug
Do we have
back.
like a
Nice.
plaid couch we can include in that?
Oh, with tears in it and stains.
Excellent.
All right, excellent.
Wonderful.